Good morning. Today is October 16th, and it's a Monday. 45 years ago, October 16th was also on a Monday. How do I know that? Well, it was a very special Monday for us. My wife was 9 months pregnant. She was a couple of weeks away from her delivery date. We had completed 6 out of 7 of our birthing classes, and back then that was important because the father didn't get to be in the delivery room if those birthing classes weren't completed. So we had one more to go, and it was supposed to be on Tuesday night. But on Monday morning, my wife started getting some indications that perhaps that baby wasn't going to wait 2 weeks. She called me at work and alerted me. By the time I got home from work in the afternoon, the contractions were starting and they were getting more intense. We did the things we were taught to do. We did the breathing, we timed them, and by around 7 o'clock in the evening, we knew it was probably best to start getting to the hospital. We got there, they parked me in a waiting room. I was watching Monday Night Football until about 10 o'clock when they allowed me into the labor room. At that time, the contractions were definitely getting more intense. They were getting closer together. It wasn't until around midnight when they took us into delivery. And sometime between midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning, our first son, Douglas Benjamin, was born. He was named after my college roommate and my father, Benjamin. There's a tradition in our family that the first son of the first son has his middle name as the grandfather's name. We continued that on, and Doug has subsequently continued it on with his son. So here we were, new parents, and we suffered with the eyes of new parents: immaturity, insecurity, incompetence. But we were very, very fortunate because we lived in Waco, Texas, and we were a part of a wonderful church. We had good friends at that church who helped to take care of us, to support us, to love us, to coach us. Had elders there who were like surrogate parents to us, who mentored us along the way. Subsequently, all 3 of our boys were born there in Waco, Texas, at the hospital there. Our middle son, Ryan, was born 2 years later. Our third son, David, was born about 2 years after that. Over the years, we moved many, many times. And every time we moved, we went to a new church. And we were very blessed that there was always a church family. There were great Bible teachers. There were wonderful youth ministers. There were great elders, deacons, friends. Our church was our family, and it helped to mold and to grow our boys over the years. They were blessed to have great college roommates who were Christians as well. And today, all 3 of our boys are faithful followers of Jesus. That's a wonderful, wonderful blessing to have. And we've wondered many, many times, how did that happen? We've seen parents that were much better at parenting than us, much more consistent. And yet, our boys all ended up to be believers. We know that the impact of the church was huge. Subsequently, we've also come to believe that the impact of the grandparents on both sides was huge. My father, Vanessa's father, were both elders in the church. They loved God, they loved His Word, and they loved serving. And our boys were raised in the shadow of those great examples. And so today, on this 45th anniversary of October 16th, I have thought a lot about the blessing of having believing sons. In Proverbs 23, Solomon talks about that. He says, "The father of a righteous child has great joy. A man who fathers a wise son rejoices in him. May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gave you birth be joyful." I can tell you from our side, we experience that joy. We are thrilled to have men now who are raising their children in the church, raising them to be followers of Jesus, carrying on the faith to yet another generation. So tomorrow, October 17th, is actually Doug's birthday. So this week, my Monday morning musing is dedicated to all of my boys, but particularly to Doug. Doug, happy birthday. And to all of you, thank you for being men of faith. Have a great week.